Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another daily drop here on TarHeelIllustrated.com. It's THI publisher Andrew Jones, and the topic is North Carolina basketball because Friday is going to be one of the most exciting November basketball events I have ever covered. This is my 29th season doing this. I've covered, I can't even count how many college basketball games, a ton of North Carolina games. And the idea of North Carolina running out of the tunnel at Allen Fieldhouse at Kansas gives me goosebumps as a guy who loves the history of college basketball. To think of those uniforms on that floor, in that building, with everything that's happened there in the past, with literally ghosts in there. I cannot wait. And I know a lot of fans cannot wait to see what it looks like on TV. It's going to be an event. And not often in college basketball do we have November or even December games that are events. This is going to be an event. It's going to be a celebration of college basketball. To me, the three best programs of all time, because I'm a big fan of roots being good for a long time, are North Carolina, Kansas, and Kentucky. Kentucky has won the most titles in that group. I understand where UCLA is, guys, but I'm not going there for obvious reasons. But Carolina and Kansas have a unique relationship historically in college basketball. How many times they've met on big stages. They've beaten each other in national championship games. The Dean Smith connection, the Roy Williams connection, heck, even the Larry Brown connection. Let's not forget he led Kansas to a national championship in 1988 with Danny Manning, who was from North Carolina. And some people thought was going to play for Dean Smith originally. But his dad got a job, and, well, that's that. Friday night, I'm going to position myself down on the court somewhere, like on the sideline or baseline, to see the Tar Heels run out of the court and capture the reaction from one of the great fan bases in American sports. That moment right there, to me, will be as big in many respects as the 40 minutes of the basketball game, because they're there. Kudos to these programs for agreeing to play each other, because Kansas comes to Chapel Hill next year. And while that will be cool, seeing Kansas's uniform in the Smith Center, Fog Allen Fieldhouse has ridiculous history. Carolina's uniforms in that building is goosebump stuff. Dean Smith was on the 1952 national championship team for Kansas. He played his games there. Roy coached 15 years there. Larry Brown was there. And what I found really, really enlightening was in 2019, I was in Kansas City covering Carolina in the Sweet 16. They lost to Auburn. The team was really sick. They had a flu bug or something. And Brett Friedlander, the great Brett Friedlander, I've had on some podcasts here. The next day, since Carolina's season was over and we had no media stuff, we drove to Lawrence, Kansas. We wanted to check it out. Aside from the football stadium that looked like it was condemned, which made sense at the time given where Kansas football was, we did get to the basketball arena, Allen Fieldhouse, which doesn't look like a basketball arena in the modern day sense on the outside. We got in and went to the museum, which was open. There was a student working there's some doors. You're in the museum and there's some doors that take you right into the concourse of the arena. It's right there. And we're talking to this student. There's nobody else in there. It's just Brett, myself, and this student. And we start talking, and Brett's like, well, we're sports writers. We cover North Carolina. And this guy's like, oh, my gosh, my dad loves Roy Williams. She starts raving about Roy, and he let us in. He let us into Allen Fieldhouse. Brett and I went in there, sat down, walked around, took photos, videos. I will find those and I'll put them somewhere, maybe even where we run this podcast, this drop. I might run it in a little bit different file and put a bunch of that stuff underneath so you guys can see. So cool. I understood at that time Roy Williams' affinity for Kansas. A lot of Carolina fans didn't like it. Even years and years and years after he left, he would still talk about Kansas. And it totally made sense. That place is unbelievable. It should be an actual landmark. I've not seen a game in there yet. I will Friday. But just being there gave me an unbelievable appreciation for what Kansas basketball is in that building. But also I understood Roy. I understood why he loves Kansas. He loves North Carolina more, and he'll acknowledge that. And there's no doubt about that. But he can love Kansas too. They hired him when he had no head coaching experience. He replaced Larry Brown. Dean Smith helped get him that job. And he was an amazing coach at Kansas. They've won 2 titles since they left. The fans there forgive him. They honor Roy very nicely in the museum. If you're going and you go to the museum, look for the Roy stuff. They do a wonderful job showing him respect. Multiple different areas too, by the way. So it made sense. And I ended up writing a piece, put a lot of the stuff in there that, hey guys, I understand the sticker now in 2008. I was there. I covered that Final Four. I covered the Memphis, Kansas national championship game. I saw Roy in the stands with the Kansas sticker. And I understood why Carolina fans were upset. But when in 2019, when I left Fog Allen Fieldhouse, I understood why he wore the sticker. I know a lot of Carolina fans don't like Kansas. Kansas has had Carolina's number in the NCAA tournament for a while. And I would imagine Kansas fans don't really care too much for North Carolina. That's great. That's part of college basketball. That's what these fabled programs, the rivalries that they have, some of the jealousy they have among them, that's fine. I think that's great. That's healthy. But this game to me is a celebration of college basketball. It's a celebration of these 2 great programs and what they've produced. It's a celebration of this amazing degree of intertwining between Kansas and North Carolina. There's so many storylines here. There's so many reasons to appreciate this matchup. UConn played at Kansas around the same time a year ago, and that was really cool. But it was just really cool. This is historic. This is deep rooted. This is DNA. This is blood. This is the heart of the sport. Roy Williams, Dean Smith played for Fog Allen, who played for James Naismith. Dean was 3rd generation, the inventor of the sport. Roy was 4th generation inventor of the sport, coached at both Kansas, Carolina. Dean, of course, played at Kansas, coached Carolina. Hubert Davis is 5th generation, man. And Kansas has a legendary coach who doesn't get enough credit for how great he is. Bill Self is an incredible coach. There's so much to love about this, and the outcome's going to be what the outcome is. And it may not be pretty for the Tar Heels. Maybe it's amazing for the Tar Heels. But regardless of the outcome, the fact that this game's taking place is an awesome thing. I cannot wait. There's going to be so many goosebump moments, and I hope the fans appreciate it and fully embrace what this means. It's a very cool thing that they're doing this, and I cannot wait to be there. How excited are you? Let me know. Let me know what aspect of this game most excites you. If it's just strictly basketball and a test for this Carolina team, that's great. Are you really motivated by the history between these programs and the celebration of what is great about college basketball? Tell me what it is that most excites you about this game, this matchup, these 2 programs being on this particular stage. I'd love to know on our Facebook page, on Twitter, or on our free or premium message board. And by the way, premium message board just $8.33 a month. You can be a Tar Heel Insider too, and I guarantee you the conversation on that thread is going to be the best of any of the threads I just noted, places I just noted. So just sign up, $8.33 a month, guys. You can be a Tar Heel Insider too. If you're excited about Friday night, go ahead and click like. Let's get 250 likes on this thing. Jacob always throws out a number. I never remember, but I just did. So I want 250 likes. Make sure you subscribe to our channel if you haven't. Tell your Tar Heel friends and your Kansas friends, at least for this one, that we're here. Let your Kansas friends see this video. Tell your Carolina friends we're here so they can come over and subscribe and always have access to everything we upload, and we upload all the time. And we're going to have a lot of pregame stuff Friday night. Bryant Balcom's also going on our staff, so we'll have 2 people from THI there. We're going to be shooting stuff in pregame and uploading it straight to YouTube. So come hang out on our channel or follow us on Twitter at Heel Illustrated, Twitter X, whatever you guys still call it, Twitter, at Heel Illustrated. We'll tweet it out as well. We're going to have a lot of stuff. So make sure you hang out with us Friday night. Also after the game for all of our post-game coverage from Carolina at Kansas. I'm AJ, and I appreciate you stopping by.